Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Jones. Welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. I am planning the week of the 21st of October in my A5 wide / 7x9 Tilly Journals inserts with this Planner Shop kit by Plannerface. The art of this kit is by Clip Art Kits. I do try and say artists when I remember, but I'm a bit rubbish at remembering, and I'm remembering who the artist is. But I do know for this one, so it is Clip Art Kits. And the box I put on Monday is actually inspired by Anna of Plannerface, so I think it's a really cool little nod. I used this kit to represent this week because this was the week that Tilly Journals reopened, which is unreal. Like, I can't believe I'm back open, and at the time you're seeing this, I've been open for like 6-8 weeks, and that is just like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I thought I should celebrate reopening after 18 months in my planner, so I did. So that's what I am using this kit for. Now it feels very out of season, particularly after quite an autumnal spread the week before, but totally worth it. And then we go into Halloween the next week, so my planner is all over the place at the moment, but actually I quite like that because I quite like different colours and stuff being used. So yeah, what else have I got to say about the base of this spread? I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use Tilly to save 10% at Plannerface. Underlay wise, I am using the grid in matte lilac from my shop with the underlays from the kit on top. Under the day extenders on Saturday and Sunday, I do just pull in confetti lavender hollow underlays because I was not gonna deal with cutting up this week. I just couldn't be bothered. The foil bundle is by Scribble Prints Co. I don't think I've said that. And I think that's kind of it for the base. I really love how the grid brings everything together. There is grid in the pattern quite a few times, and like the bottom washi and stuff. I think it works really, really well. And I'm obsessed with how this spread came together. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about the base. So let's just get into... Oh, there are quite a few fashion people because they represent different people in the planner community. At least the 3 on Monday and under the underlays on Saturday and Sunday do. So yeah, obviously it said Monday is Anna from Plannerface, and in fact the Instagram on her sidebar is actually Anna's Instagram page, which is really cool. Like, it's a screenshot from her Instagram page, which I just love that little nod. So yeah, right, so let's get into it and talk about the books that I read / the sidebar this week. So the first thing I put in my sidebar is that I was grateful for my customers because you guys showed up for this release. Like, I got quite a lot of orders on the day I opened, which was Monday, and they just kept trickling through to a point that, like, I can't quite believe how many orders I've got to get done, but I have already got one set of orders out. There's another set pretty much ready to go. They just need coiling at the recording of this video. By the time this video goes up, I should have posted all of them, so you should all have your planners in hand. But yeah, I'm recording this like a month before it goes up. But anyway, so I've just marked in that I'm really grateful for my customers because I will forever be grateful for my customers, especially at the moment. So many planner shops and clip art shops are shutting down, and it's really, really upsetting. Like, the community just feels a little bit like it's falling apart, and it's really sad. And I get why, because AIR plus a load of other drama that's happened, not necessarily recently, but there's like huge rise in AIR, and there are people that are still using AIR are like, what the F, guys? Like, it's just stolen. Like, please stop using AIR. I triple check anything I buy is hand drawn. Like, even when I do release some watercolory things, I make sure they are hand drawn before I purchase them. Anyhow, but yeah, I'm just really grateful for my customers. I know we're in a cost of living crisis, and I know it is hard to it's hard to have any fun money or like whatever, and spend money on yourselves, and I'm just so grateful for anybody that does shop with me. Anyway, I also finished 2 books this week. I'm saying anyway, like, that's not a big deal. I don't think you get how much it means to me. But that isn't I don't need to gush anymore right now because I've already talked for 5 minutes in this video about nothing other than thanking people. Anyway, so rather than saying anyway like 50 billionth time, let's move on to the books I read. So the first one I finished this week was The Brothers Hawthorne, which is the currently the final book in the it's not the final book, it is the most recent book to have come out in the Inheritance game series. It's not part of the original trilogy. It's an extra book with a story about two of the brothers after the events of well, actually it's kind of in the year gap at the end of Final Gambit. There is like a year gap at the end of Final Gambit, and this book takes part in that year. And it's a lot of fun. It's focused on two of the brothers, Jameson and oh my god, his name has gone from my head. Oh my god, what's his name? Anyway, it's focused around two of the brothers and a little adventure, Jameson and Grayson, on two little like adventure games challenges that they are dealing with. I really love the Inheritance games books. I really recommend, particularly everybody seems to love the first one, the second and third in the original trilogy, and this one have a bit more mixed reviews, but they still are generally pretty positive. I absolutely love them. I was comfortably reading them at this point. I just needed something I knew and liked, so I was listening to them and I flew through them, to be honest. I also finished a book called Hot Summer, and I got this I should have said The Brothers Hawthorne is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes and Hot Summer is by Elle Everhart. I got this as an Illumicrate edition, and I gave it 4.5 stars. So both the books I finished this week had 4.5 stars. So Hot Summer is about Cass, who's spent many a summer watching Hot Summer, which is a hit dating TV show very much like a Love Island, but she never thought she'd be part of it. But when the company she works for secure a partnership with the show, Cass is handpicked as a contestant. If she does well and makes it to the final, she will get a promotion. So she is sort of going in on ulterior motives. She's ready to spend the summer just trying to win over the public, but there she meets Ada, who she is instantly smitten with. She's gorgeous and charming, and Kaz and Ada's feelings become undeniable, and she's torn between sticking to her strategy or following her heart. That's kind of, yeah. So I got this in Illumicrate and I absolutely loved it. It was seriously like reading a series of Love Island. Like, I'd go to sleep and be able to so I can't really picture things. I can't remember what it's called, but it's really common with ADHD and neurodivergence that you can't see images in your head, and I have that. But for this I could, and I think it's because I've watched Love Island, so I could imagine it in that sense. And I love Love Island, but it is a bit of a guilty pleasure. So this is very much a guilty pleasure read for me. At first, Cass is so aware of the cameras and it's so realistic, and she's so aware of like public perception and trying to make sure she makes it to the final. But when she's around Ada, she forgets all of that, and it's everything. It's a sapphic romance. I love all the little nods to Love Island and the little challenges that are going on. I assume this didn't get, I don't know if they had Love Island's permission to be released. There were definitely changes. It wasn't the same format as Love Island, but it was very Love Island-esque. But yeah, there is some drama about the producers and stuff. So it was, I wonder where that falls in copyright sense. Anyway, there are loads of little nods to Cass and Ada, but the public has never got behind a same-sex couple before, and they have the classic are we just very touchy friends, or are our feelings mutual? There's a lot of Cass's backstory and why she's so reluctant to accept love, and the respect that Cass and Ada have for one another is chef's kiss. It is a great steamy sapphic romance and a fab read if you like Love Island. So yeah, that's my sort of summary of it. I would recommend it if that sounds like your cup of tea. So I'm going to get into chatting about the week, because if you watched last week's video, I completely ran out of time because I like to chat, and I'm going to try not to do that this week, but who knows. So on Monday, the first thing I've marked in is odd jobs. So what odd jobs means to me, and why when I mark it in my planner, it means that I'm doing little bits and pieces of like stuff around the house or my daily habits, and I just mark it all as odd jobs rather than marking each of those things individually. Then I filmed a plan with me and Sophie didn't have a planner call this day because she was busy getting ready for the reopening, bless her. Then I pulled some stickers because we'd been away the weekend before, so I pulled the stickers for the weekend and did book bits, which basically means I was writing reviews, updating my reading spreadsheet, stuff like that. I then did some script designing. I imagine my scripts for the week before, which I will have, I imagine? I don't know, because I must have done that before the plan with me. I don't know. Anyway, I was designing some scripts. Then it was time for Tilly Journals to reopen, which is unreal. Like, honestly, yeah, it was just, I can't believe I'm back open. I can't believe I was shut for so long. I'm just so happy to be back. Yeah. I can gush more, but let's not. Then I marked in that 2025 plans were released, and on this opening day I got 20 orders, which just felt incredible. 20 planner orders in one day just was like, oh my gosh, people are here for this, and a lot more have trickled in since, and I'm just so grateful. On to Tuesday, I marked in going to work. I was properly grumpy this day. Like, everything was pissing me off. And you know when you're like, am I just being a grumpus? Or is this actually kind of annoying? And I think it was probably a bit of both, but I was definitely overreacting. So I wasn't overreacting. I was overreacting in my head because things were angering me. But yeah, I was just moody AF. Then I came home and we had online safeguarding teaching, so that was all afternoon. I was not feeling very well this day. I wasn't feeling very well all of this week. I actually ended up taking Thursday and Friday off work to look after myself. I think it was just like pregnancy, exhaustion, nausea / a viral illness, because like my whole family have had a quite bad viral illness recently. My mum and dad have proper been knocked for six with it, so I think it's probably that, but I don't really know. Played some Play Up with my husband and did some reading of Hot Summer. Then I did some memory planning in my off-camera planner and finished the day with some more Plate Up, because what are we if we're not predictable at the moment? It's Plate Up. On Wednesday, as I said, I wasn't feeling very well, so we just had a very slow start to the morning and a very lazy morning. I then went and did some grocery shopping and decided to start on redating planners for the first, I'm trying to work on a few orders at a time, so I was working on redating the first few planners. Then I edited and voice overed a video and went and did a load of baking with my mum. We're trying to finish off, we used to have a subscription to baking boxes, and we're trying to get them all finished because some of them are quite out of date. Like, it's all flour and stuff, so the only thing that actually goes out of date is things like the raising agent, which we just add some extra raising agent and none of it goes off really. So I was baking with my mum. I've put the baking sticker quite high in that box because I want to put a with mum sticker in. I need to not forget to do that. So yeah, we did some baking. We did debate whether we should because we were both a little bit viral, but we were like, we're the people eating it, so why not? Came home and watched Only Murders in the Building. I think this was the penultimate episode. We watched the final episode this last week, which is the week after this week. In the last week of October we watched the finale, and then I did some, and while we were doing that I was doing some memory planning in my off-camera planner. On to Thursday, as I've said, I did call in sick from work, so I had a good little lie-in and that definitely helped. Like, I slept so I woke up to let work know, and then I went back to sleep until like 11 AM and I definitely needed it. So when I finally did get up, I had a very lazy morning and didn't do very much. I did do some reading of Hot Summer, and then when my husband came home, I just had a very lazy day really. When my husband came home, we did play some Plate Up. It was the local little guiding residential places quiz night this night, and despite still not feeling great, I decided to go along, and if I managed it well, I would go to work the next day, and if I didn't, I would not go to work the next day. And honestly, I really struggled. We did actually come fourth in the quiz, which we were pretty proud of, because there were like 2 rounds that we were like, we are too young for this game. So there was a which Prime Minister said, and I think 5 of them we weren't alive for, so we had no chance. And there was another round, which came first, and I was like, I don't know. To be fair, we did pretty well on that round anyway, and it was 50-50 chance, but we got like 7, so I was quite proud of that. but then I've just marked in that I was feeling really rough, because I genuinely thought I'd managed the quiz night and I'd be at work the next day, but I felt so ill at the quiz and I was like, I can't go to work tomorrow. So on to Friday, I did call in sick again, so I just marked in that I was at home and had a lie-in and a lazy morning. Repeat of the day before. I had a very lazy day both these days, not doing a huge amount. I then put on my nails for the weekend, because I do like to do that as early as I can on a Friday, and because I wasn't at work I could do it then. Then I've marked in that I was getting really overwhelmed. Basically, I'd made myself a list of things to do that I could kind of do from the sofa, and I just got like overwhelmed. I was like, I'm feeling really poorly, I don't want to do any of this stuff, I just want to rest. I got myself all worked up and overwhelmed, but I decided to ignore my list and just look after myself, because that's the point in taking a sick day, is to look after yourself, not to pile yourself on a load of things to do. So I did. So then I started reading my new book, which was I Hope This Finds You Well. I didn't actually read very much over the weekend, if at all. Oh, I read a little bit on Sunday, but I really enjoyed this book, but I will talk about that more next week's video. But I did start it this day. Then I've marked I was in my feelings, because I got myself really worked up earlier and I was just really feeling sad about it and just really down. It's really hard to say whether things are pregnancy mood or like depression mood at the moment, because pregnancy is a real trigger time for people that have had sort of like perinatal depression is a real thing. Again, I'll talk more about this next week, because I saw the perinatal mental health team. But yeah, moving on, I then did some memory planning in my off-camera planner again, because I just wanted to do something fun. I did actually cook our dinner this night, but it was like a 10-minute meal. I couldn't have cooked anything more than that. And then to finish the day, we played some Play Up together and watched some TV. Over the weekend, I again had to really push myself. As I've said, my whole family got like a viral illness and it really knocked my parents for six. My mum actually ended up with tracheitis and she's now got sinusitis, and she's still not very well at all, and it's like a week and a half after this. But she was quite unwell on the Thursday and Friday, but she got really poorly on the Saturday. Anyway, so I then had to go to guide camp, which I wasn't really planning on going to because I wasn't very well, but I kind of had to. But anyway, so I started off the day by writing cards. I hadn't actually sent out my October cards at this point, which was really bad, but I just got behind with them. At this point in the video, Nala becomes very needy, and she is needy for the rest of the video. She has actually been popping in and out the whole time, but this is when she gets really needy. So hi Nala. It's not normally Nala who is this dramatic and like involved, but she was so involved in this video. Anyhow, after I'd written cards, I organised some stickers and sorted out our meds for the next 2 weeks. Then I was printing planners as I was doing different bits and pieces, so I was working on covers. I then packed for the little weekend overnight guide camp that I was going to. So this is one at our, so the thing on Thursday was at our local like pack holiday house, and this is at our local campsite, and it's called Murder and Mayhem. They always do one sort of the weekend, the clock change basically. And this year's theme was murder and mayhem, so they were trying to solve a murder. I marked in then that my mum was not very well, so that's kind of why I went. So before I was poorly, I was planning on going, and then I got poorly and I was like, oh, I probably can't. And then mum was more poorly than me, and our other leader tapped out as well because she wasn't very well, so I kind of had to go or cancel. So I went. So I've marked in helping set up. I do go early because I used to be part of the Guide Acres committee, and so I know the committee quite well, so I helped. I'm just one of the people that generally helps with things, so helped set up. And then when the girls arrived, we did the wide game and had a campfire to finish off the day. It was a lot of fun. I really like this event. It's a really nice event. It's only for girls, it's like from 6 p.m. till 11 a.m, so it's only like, it's not even 24 hours, it's only like 18, but it's such a good event, and it's always a lot of fun. So yeah, and then I've just marked in on the bottom washi that I hit 17 weeks pregnant. On to Sunday, the first thing I marked that I woke up at Murder and Mayhem. I had really, really bad nausea this day, and I ended up going as soon as the girls went. As I've said, I normally help clear up and set things up, and I just absolutely couldn't this day. I was feeling really rough from general, and then I was really nauseous, and I was like, I can't do this. So we got the guide to tents down, and then it was time for like the closing and the reveal of the murderer and stuff. It was quite a lot of fun, and we said goodbye to camp, and look at Nala, isn't she such a cutie? Then it was time to head home. As I've said, I left just after all of our, so I got rid of our girls, and I was like, right, I need to go and like collapse. So I did. I was really tired, but if I don't unpack as soon as I get home, I won't unpack for about 3 weeks. So I unpacked as soon as I got home, but I've marked in that I was really tired. Then I played some Play Up with my husband, and was reading I Hope This Finds You Well. Then Soch did some reading to our bubby, who was the size of an onion this week, a big onion apparently. So I've just marked that he was reading to baby. There's quite a lot of evidence that dads reading to their children helps the bonding when they are first born, because baby gets very used to mum's voice, but you want them to get used to dad's voice as well. So he is trying to read to onion as much as he can. Then I did some odd jobs. I think I did some planner catching up and stuff. Did some pacing in our living room to try and get my steps up, and finished the day with watching some Black Mirror. And that is it for this spread and this video. Luckily today I actually managed to finish my voiceover, like talking about the days in time, and Nala is still like, I just want love the whole rest of this video. Also, let me know what you think of the lighting in this video. It looks overexposed when I'm filming, but I think the exposure is actually pretty good. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you for watching. Comment, like down below, send Nala cuddles, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!